Hello children, Nisha here from Mangla Vidya Mandira, your English teacher. So children, we have already learned a short story written by Ruskin Bond, The Banyan Tree. So it is continuation of the part 1 video. So today in this video, we are going to complete the exercise part. So let's have a look. The very first main is complete the following sentence. The old banyan tree did not belong to grandfather but only to the boy. Now these sentences are incomplete. So children, you have to add a sentence and make it complete. So the old banyan tree did not belong to grandfather but only to the boy because the grandfather was too old to climb it. Next one. The small grey squirrel became friendly when it found that the boy had no catapult or air gun because there was nothing to attack the squirrel. So the squirrel has become friendly to the boy. When the boy started to bring him pieces of cake and biscuit, the squirrel became quite bold and began to take morsel from his hand and pocket. In the spring, the banyan tree dash and dash would come there. So in the spring, what will happen? The banyan tree was full of small red figs, and who will come, children? And birds of all kinds would come there. The banyan tree served the boy as reading room where he had made his little small library on a crude platform. Next is the young boy spent his afternoon in the tree propping himself against the tree with a cushion and reading storybooks and spying on the world below. So children, these are the incomplete sentence. By adding a sentence to that question, we have completed it. Now here the second main is answer the following question. It was to be a battle of champions. So like what qualities did the two champions have? Pick out words and phrases from the paragraph above this line in the text and write them down. Now here, like what are the qualities mongoose are having, and at the same time what are the qualities cobra is having. So that you have to differentiate and you have to write it down. Like mongoose is a super fighter, he is very clever and aggressive also. And the cobra is, of course, cobra is also skillful, experienced fighter, and it is having the speed of light. What did the cobra and the mongoose do to show their readiness for the fight? Like the cobra hissed defiance, his forked tongue darted in and out. He raised half of his body off the ground and spread his broad hood. The mongoose bushed his tail. The long hair on his spine stood up. Who were the other two spectators? What did they do? Like the other two spectators were Myna and the crow, who were very happily watching the fight. And later on what happened? They also joined in the fight off and on, like they were coming and going. Read the description below of what the snake did and the mongoose did. Arrange their actions in the proper order. So there are description, children. What you have to do? You have to arrange them in the proper order. So try to do this one by yourself. What happened to the crow in the end? What happened to the crow? In the end, the crow became a victim of the snake bite and died. What did the myna do finally? Means finally the myna decided it's better not to interfere in their fight. And when the snake was killed, it hopped about and then flew away. So now here, working with the language, the word round usually means a kind of shape. Correct? What is the meaning in the story? It means it's a stage in the fight. It is a stage where the fight is happening between the mongoose and the snake. Question 2. Find 5 words in the following paragraph which are generally associated with trees, but they have been used differently. Underline the words. So like Hari leaves for work at 9 every morning. He works in the local branch of the firm of which his uncle is the owner. Hari's success is really the fruit of his own labor. He is happy, but he has a problem. The root cause of the problem is a stray dog near his office. Dog welcomes Hari with a loud bark every day. So here, what you have to do, find 5 words in the following paragraph which are generally associated with the trees. But here they have been used differently, underline the words. So like, what are the words used here that we have to underline it? Okay. The words in the box are all words that describe movement. Use them to fill in the blanks in the sentences. Like the first one is, when he began to trust me. There are few words given, children. Let's read the word. Dived, gliding, sprang, darting, whipped, back, delving. So the first one is, when he began to trust me, the squirrel began delving into my pockets for morsel of cake. Okay. So the squirrel began to start going inside, like getting inside into his pocket for a piece of cake. I saw a cobra gliding out of a clump of cactus. It's all verb, children. Okay, delving, gliding, action words, correct? The snake hissed, his forked tongue darting in and out. When the cobra tried to bite it, the mongoose sprang aside. Next one, the snake whipped his head back to strike at the crow. Next one, the birds dived at the snake. These all are the action words, children. You have to fill the blank with the action words. Find the story. Okay, what is that? Find the story which shows things striking violently against each other. The cobra struck the crow, his snout, what is that? Thudding against his body. The crow and the myna collided. Okay, collided in the mid-air. The birds dived at the snake but bumped into each other instead. So these are the words which you have to take from the story and you have to fill it out. Look at these sentences. Again, there are few sentences given, children. This you have to do it by yourself. Choose would and could to replace the italicized word in the following sentences. Grandfather says, in the old days, elephants were able to fly in the sky like clouds. They were also able to change their shapes. They used to fly behind clouds and frighten them. People used to look up at the sky in wonder because there was no electricity. He used to get up with the sun and he used to go to the bed with the sun, like the birds. Like the owl, he was able to see quite well in the dark. He was able to tell who was coming by listening to their footsteps. So what you have to do, children, like you have to add could and would in these sentences. Like first one is, elephant could fly in the sky like clouds. They could also change their shapes. They would fly behind clouds and frighten them. People would look up at the sky in wonder. Second one is, because there is no electricity. Okay, because there was no electricity, he would get up with the sun and he would go to the bed with the sun like the birds. So here also again I have added would twice. Next one, that is number 3. Like the owl, he could see quite well in the dark. He could tell who was coming by listening to their footsteps. So in these 3 sentences, children, we have used would and could where it is required. Look at these sentences. The tree was older than grandfather. Grandfather was 65-year-old. How old was the tree? Can you guess? Okay. So definitely the tree, can you guess? The tree was as old as Dehradun itself. Okay. So probably Dehradun is 300 years old. We are thinking like that. The tree was as old as Dehradun itself. Suppose Dehradun is 300 years old. How old is the tree? So here again there is a challenge for you. Just go through it, children. You need to try to do it by yourself. Like Here is a degree also, like tall, taller, cold, colder, hot, hotter, strong, stronger, short, shorter. So this, in this, what you have to do, you have to just find solutions for that question. Like Mr. Sinha is 160 centimeters tall. So you have to compare and you have to find the height and weight of the given name of the people. In the same way, in page number 127 also, try to do it by yourself. City temperature, that you need to try to do it by yourself. The last one, okay, what is the last one here? My favorite place. Like children, again you have to read the story, and like as the author has described about the banyan tree and what he used to do there. So in the same way, is there some place in near your house or in your grandparents' house or uncle's house or aunt's house that you specially like it? Okay, so what you have to do, you just have to write a short paragraph saying that where it is exactly located, where is the grandparents' house, what you have done there when you saw the tree, and why you like the tree there. So these are the experience. If you have experience, these are the things what you have to mention in the short paragraph if you have experienced those kind of things. So children, till then, hope you have clear with the part 1 video, which is based on the short story. The name of the story is the banyan tree, and in part 2 video, it's all about the exercise part. You will be definitely getting a PDF for the same children. So till then, if you have any doubts, you can post it in the group. So thank you children.